This video will help you solve percent problems that have a context. You have to read these questions carefully and think about what information they give you and what they're asking you to find. So in question 1, in Tina's art class, 12% of the Flag Day art projects received a perfect score. There are 25 art projects turned in by Tina's class. How many of the art projects earned a perfect score? So to solve this, I would change 12% to a decimal, 1200, and multiply it by the total number of art projects turned in. Using my calculator to multiply that out, I would see there are 3 projects that earned a perfect score. And then make sure you label so it matches the context. Question 2. There are 750 students in the 7th grade class and 625 students in the 8th grade class at Kent Middle School. What percent is the 7th grade class of the 8th grade class? So to figure it out, we're trying to figure out what part of 7th grade compared to the part that is 8th grade. So we can say in 8th grade to be the total. So on my calculator, I'm dividing 750 by 625. That gives me 1 2/10. And now the percent, that would be 120%. Question 3, the population of Appleton is 175% of the population of Cherryton. Find the population in Appleton if the population in Cherryton is 4,000 people. So I change 175% into a decimal, 1.75, and multiply that by the population of Cherryton, 4,000. Use my calculator to do that multiplying. That gives me the population of Appleton is 7,000 people. Find the population of Cherryton if the population of Appleton is 10,500. So again, it's 175% times the population in Cherryton is equal to the population in Appleton. Now I can solve this one by dividing by 1,700. Using my calculator to do that division. I get the population in Cherryton is 6,000. So again, you have to read carefully and think about the context of what the percent is relating to what. For question 4, a tank that is 40% full contains 648 gallons of water. Find the maximum capacity of the water in the tank. So we're looking for the capacity. So 40% of the capacity is equal to 648. Solve this now with inverses, so divide by 400. My calculator. I get the capacity in the whole tank is 1,620 gallons. Okay, question 5. Emilio paid $287.50 in taxes to the school district that he lives in this year. This year's taxes were a 15% increase from last year. What did Emilio pay in school taxes last year? So because it's a 15% increase, I have to add 100% with 15% to figure out that this year's taxes will be 115% of last year's taxes. This year they tell us he's paying $287.50. That's equal to 1 1/1500 times the taxes from last year. Solve it with inverses, so divide by 1 1/1500. I get last year's taxes is equal to, using my calculator to divide it out, $250. For question 6, Corey and Everett have collected model cars since the 3rd grade. Corey has 80 model cars in his collection, which is 25% more than what Everett has. How many model cars does Everett have? So 25% more, I would add to 100%. So it's really 125% of what Everett had. So 80 is equal to 1 in 2,500 times the amount that Everett has. Solve it with an inverse. Use my calculator to divide it out. So 80 divided by 1 in 2,500 tells me that Everett has 64 cars. Okay, question 7. In a parking garage, the number of SUVs is 40% greater than the number of non-SUVs. Gina counted 98 SUVs in the parking garage. How many vehicles were parked in the garage altogether? So I'm going to start by figuring out the number of non-SUVs. So let x equal the number of non-SUVs. It's 40% greater. So I have to add 100% with 40% to figure out 140%. So 98 is equal to 1 in 40 times x. Solve that with an inverse. Divide by 1.40. Use my calculator to divide that out. I get the number of non-SUVs is 70. So now total, I would add together the SUVs with the non-SUVs. And when I add those together, I get there's 168 vehicles total. Our last example, in the first game of the year, the modified basketball team made 62.5% of their foul shot free throws. Matthew made all 6 of his free throws, which made up 25% of the team's free throws. How many free throws did the team miss altogether? So first let's figure out the number of free throws total for the team. The number of free throws total for the whole team. Okay, they made 62.5%. So as a decimal, that is 0.625 of their total. And then they tell us that of that amount, Matthew made 25%, so 2,500 times that, and that has to equal 6. On the right side, I'm going to use my calculator to multiply 2,500 by 625,000. So I get 6 equals 0.15625 x. Now we're going to solve it with an inverse. I'm going to divide by 0.15625. So using my calculator, 6 divided by 0.15625, I get that the total number for the entire team 38.4, so I round it down to 38 shots. And then we had to figure out how many the team missed. So to figure out the number they missed, there's a couple of options. They made 62.5%. So the percent that they missed, I can subtract 62.5% from 100. That gives me 37.5% that they missed. And now I would multiply that decimal, 0.375, by the 38 shots they took. So 0.375 times 38. That gives me 14 and 2,500. So in this context, I would round down to 14 missed shots for the team. Hope this video helps. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.